Hey Brookwood Lions! You may or may not remember me, but my name is Madison, and I went to Brookwood last year as a 5th grader. Now I'm here at Dalton Middle, and it is a blast. Now, from experience, I know that you guys have tons of questions about how things work at Dalton Middle School. Well, I'm here to answer them, and I'll also be showing you around the school a little. So sit back, relax, and listen to all I'm about to tell you about DMS. First of all, you're probably wondering if we have specials here. Well, at DMS, we call specials connections. You'll have 2 connections, and every quarter, they'll change. Now, we have things called A days and B days. They rotate, like if A day was today, then B day would be tomorrow, and then A day, and then B, and then A and B, and so on and so forth. Now, one of your connections will always be on your A day, and the other your B. It's a touch confusing, I know, but your teachers will help you get the hang of it once you're here. And I'm sorry, but you don't get to pick your connections, but I assure you that you'll have a variety of fun classes, from art to digital media to PE. Speaking of connections, you're probably curious about band. One day near the start of the school year, you'll have a chance to audition for it. Now, don't let not being able to play an instrument or not being able to read music slow you down and sway you not to try out. They'll teach you all that stuff. And you don't have to be able to play like a pro to get into band. You'll just attempt to play your choice of instruments, and the one you make a sound on that's closest to correct, you'll probably want to pick. So anyway, if you do choose to join band, it'll be one of your 2 connections all year. You may have heard someone talking about teams. And no, I'm not talking about sports teams. Teams here are sort of like big families or a way to sort kids. You'll sit with your team at lunch, and all of your classes will be with people on your team's hall. There are all different teams you could be on. D, M, S, C, I can't even name them all. Another thing I know I was worried about when I came to DMS was lockers. How in the world do you open them anyway? To open a locker, turn the little lock knob thing to the right 3 or more times to reset it, ending on the first number of your combination. Next, turn it to the left, pass out the first number once, and land on the second one. Finally, turn again to the right, finishing up on the last number of your combo. Confusing? Well, take a look at this locker. Its combination is 25, 47, 23. To open it, turn the little knob thing to the right and land on the first number. Turn it to the left, pass out the first number once, and land on your second one. Finally, turn to the right and end on your last digit. And it's open. Another question you might have is, how do announcements work over at Dalton Middle School? Well, here, instead of having announcements over the intercom, we have a little TV show. On it, kids will tell about any new or old things you need to know about, and sometimes they'll play little commercials for upcoming events such as auditions for plays and such. Now, what happens if you get in trouble? Well, if it's something small, you'll probably get a warning from your teacher. But if it's big, you might get a demerit. Get one of those and you'll be banned from school activities such as dances or talent shows. Now, if you get multiple demerits, you'll be sent here to ISS, which stands for In-School Suspension. I've heard that all you do is work in silence all day for multiple days. Now, if you're really bad, You might even get OSS, which stands for out of school suspension. You guessed it, with that you have to stay home and you can't go to school. You may be curious about student government. Well, around the beginning of the year, a meeting will be held to discuss the topic. If you attend this meeting, you'll learn all about student council. You'll have the opportunity to run for this, and if you do, you'll be able to make posters and stickers and even have a little ad that will run on the morning show. Student council members will hold little events such as PJ Day, which you will be able to participate in if you pay for a ticket. That's usually around $1. Anything else? Oh yeah, Field Day. Over here, we call Field Day Cougar Carnival. It is so much fun. There are tons of inflatables, food, and you can even compete in sports teams. Okay, so that now that I've hopefully answered all of your questions, I'm going to show you around the school a little. This is the library. Here you can check out books, but be sure to return them in 2 weeks' time. Here is the cafeteria. And yes, we do still sell ice cream. This is the diamond. It's where all of the halls meet. Now, in one direction is the 6th grade hall. In another direction is the 7th grade hall. And yet another direction is the 8th grade hall. In the final direction is the library and nurse's office and places like that. Oh, and there's this little breakfast cart where you can buy breakfast to eat in class. This is the front office. Here is the nurse's office. And this would be the counseling office. And lastly, here's the gym. So I hope you've enjoyed learning all about Dalton Middle School, and we can't wait to see you here as 6th graders. Bye!